welcome ladies and gentlemen. Today I am making an exploit video. You're probably wondering why. Why am I revealing the sound bug to a wider audience? Well, simple. I need those clicks, those views, and I need that YouTube money. Anyway, real reason is I think like everybody should be playing on the same playing field, and there's a huge disparity between players who are using it and not using it. And the bug that I'm talking about is a sound bug. And the sound bug is simple. You can hear the enemy units before you can even see them. So let's just go to my perspective for a second. We can zoom in, and all those infantry squads right here, we can hear them all. And this gives you a massive advantage in a 1v1 team game or whatever, because you can immediately know where they're going to rush. Now, if I need to know if he's going to rush into alpha, I can just zoom in and hear the infantry squads. I hear only about one squad here. You know, over here I could hear a million squads. Well, we can't hear anything over here, so there's nothing here. But like, that's how you know, like, oh, you can hear them all right here. Hear that? That's a lot of different sounds going on. Infantry here being heard. The one thing to note though about the sound bug is you can't use it on vehicles. Vehicles are only heard when they're moving. Stationary vehicles can't be heard. We can hear the infantry squads up ahead. We can hear the roll in threes. But when the game starts and the vehicles start driving, then you can hear it clear as day. I can hear, okay, there's one tank here, probably a heavy tank, probably not a light tank being it's by itself. And it's going to, you know, probably be a 2A3 on 5th Panzer. So like that's right off the bat, you can know. And there are a lot of vehicles have very similar sounds. So it's almost impossible to really tell the difference. Tanks though have a distinct sound from BMPs and VTRs. Similarly, helos all have kind of different sounds as well. So you can, if you're really familiar with the game, you can start to hear what's coming, and giving you a crazy advantage, especially against decks that like to rush and aggressive players. I can pretty much know that there's an airborne push going to be on a flank, for example, before the game starts, and I can build for it and deploy my units for it. And you know what? You'll see a lot of guys in the 1v1 pool, they'll deploy their units. You'll say you're ready, for example, you'll deploy all your units, you'll be ready. And then once you tell them they're ready, they ask for a couple more minutes, and you can see them redeploy their entire force to match what you have done because they're zooming in and listening in to your units. Now, Yushin has been aware of this bug for a long time. Like I have told them during Steel Division 2. When I was playing Steel Division 2, there was a 2v2 tournament, and me and my partner, Jack, when we were playing, we knew about the sound bug. We utilized it to our advantage. So did the enemy team, and we absolutely destroyed their opener and their rush, right? And I reported it to the strike team saying, hey guys, this seems to be a big exploit. This should be a bug. And in a very unkind words was told pretty much to screw off at the time. But anyway, it doesn't seem like to be something they're going to patch or remove anytime soon. I don't know what the logistics would be, but I think everyone should be aware of it, and know how to use it. So first of all, as we know, we talked about vehicles can't be heard at the start of the game, but all infantry units can be. So airborne decks and so on give you a huge advantage against those type of decks. Another thing you can do is FOB snipe. You can FOB snipe. Now, you can't hear an FOB. FOB makes no noise, as far as I can tell. Now, the way to catch an FOB is simple. All you do is you hear the supply trucks and ATGM carriers. So when an ATGM fires, all you do is shift. So you'll see it. So supplies will go to this, and we didn't do it this game, but like supplies will go to the FOB, stop, and you'll hear it, and then you'll just fire on the position in which it stopped. You can also see players who move their MLRSs and artillery strikes, grads, whatever. You can literally zoom in on them, listen to them fire, then they'll shift positions. You'll hear them moving, and then you'll hear them stop, and you're like, all right, right there. Or you can see a helo land. You can kind of hear it landing right here, and then all of a sudden you hear helo stops. You know, you don't hear the helo anymore. You know it's landed right there, and you can fire artillery on it. It's very, very, very gross. It's very gross strat. But that is the biggest thing you should use. You know, that's why a lot of top guys are using it. If they're using it, you ought to be using it. And I don't know that, like, it is pretty cheesy. Like right now, you can look at my perspective. I can hear these units coming in. Right? Like they're coming in, and we can go back to my perspective, and we can see them. You can just follow it, so you just keep up with them. Right now you're driving with them. And then you hear them stop. That's stopping sound. He's right here. Am I right? Yeah, he's right there. So you're like, all right, Nate, you can't be doing this though during a game you're playing. I'm like, yes, I can. It takes no time. He fires MLRS right here. We'll see it fire. I'm marking it for Saint right now, but he sees it fire, runs out of ammo. Well, he doesn't shift there, but right when he ends up firing, you zoom in where he was, and you just listen to where they were. That's all you do. You don't need to do anything else. And now he's out of ammo, and this is how you find FOBs every single time. Here's FOB right here. You're like, all right. He fired from over here. He moved right here onto this road. FOB is probably along this road right here. Easy fire, get some easy kills. And that is done so much. And you can do it to almost everything. Like AA pieces, you can do it. AA pieces make a sound. You can zoom in and be like, oh, is there an AA piece? Or you saw an AA piece, but you don't exactly remember where it fired from over here. You just zoom in. You're like, what are all the key spots? Oh, right here, you hear it. And then you just fire some artillery rounds. It's really crazy. You're like, oh, I wasn't sure whether I killed this unit. You just zoom in. You hear flaming sounds like this, it means you killed it. You hear a vehicle moving, it's still alive. You're concerned about a helo going around the edge of the map here. All you do is every once in a while, you're in the middle of microing, fighting your fight. You're like, all right, gotta make sure. Just pan your camera once over here like this. You'll hear the helo going around the side, and you can kill it immediately. You're not concerned about LGBs. You just play from this perspective where the camera's on their side, and you'll see the LGB come in, a Nighthawk, and you'll hear it way before you'll see it. And then all of a sudden you can send out fighters or whatever to shoot it down. That's why Berlin Command is so weak right now with the Nighthawk. Really good plane. It has stealth and everything, but it's got no stealth against sound. So you stick your camera like this, and you immediately just it gets called in. You hear it, and you delete them. I mean, that's how simple it is. It's really, really, really powerful. If you're concerned, you're not sure whether there's infantry in these buildings here. You want to know? You just zoom in. If you want to know whether there's a tank moving around over here, just zoom in. You want to know if there's if this side's open over here from any infantry, just zoom in. Don't hear anything, it's probably clear. Only vehicles can be over here. It's such a great tool that's broken. And I'm not going to say everybody uses it, like for sure, but like many of the top guys are using it. You'll see immediately, for example, zoom in at the start to hear a helo rush before every game, or an A10 rush. But is there going to be A10 rush, helo rush? You just zoom in over here. You hear the helos. You're like, all right, it's coming right now, and fix my deployment. Like that's the biggest thing about it is stopping helo rush and A10 rushes. But seeing artillery, catching AA pieces, catching any type of ATGM plane or any type of LGB plane, you can really put down the hurt pretty quickly on these players by reacting way faster than you would have otherwise. So that is the strength of the sound bug, and it's quite disgusting, honestly. We can see this over. I mean, we can see tornado right now, but like, yeah, it's just see him fire here. We'll go neutral for a second. He's gonna fire one more shot. And we can follow him now. I can hear him driving this way. Yes. And he stopped around here. Yep. Very, very gross. And he can find out whether there's good spots to artillery with concentrated. You can zoom in on the building. You're like, can I hear squads in here? Yeah, I hear squad in here. I hear squad in here. And you can just start putting down rounds on them, right? That's another thing you can do with artillery. You're like, oh, I'm not really sure whether the CV is in this building, or this building. You're like, all right, just zoom in. It's so broken. Yeah. So anyway, I just want to make everyone aware of it, so you guys know what to do now. There is no way around it. The best thing you can do is like kind of ignore it. It's honestly not. It's not everyone's doing it, so it's kind of even. It's not like it's. I don't know. It's bad. It should be fixed. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, tell me what you guys think about this. Also, if you have any other exploits Please share them. I'd be very curious, and I would like to make more videos on them because you guys like to click on these videos. I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching.